Good morning to everyone, student. Here we are going to start chapter number 8. Our chapter number 7 is already over. So what is our chapter number 8 is? Chapter number 8 is comparing quantities. In this chapter we are going to use formulas to calculate the things, okay, whatever the things is asked. So no definition will be there, directly we are going to use the formula. So many formulas are given in this chapter in order to solve the equations. So first formula will be ratio. Ratio you people have studied last year also. Ratio is the same ratios are the two quantities which is going to be compared. Okay, ratio is denoted by two dots where A is to B is equals to A by B. What is ratio is? Ratio is the comparing quantity of same unit. Then comes to the second formula, that is proportion. A is to B, four dots denotes that they are proportion. So A is to B is proportion, C is to D, where while solving that AD is equals to BC, that is product of the extreme is equals to product of the mean. Then second comes the percent. Percentage everybody know. Percentage are the numerators of fractions with a denominator 100. Percent is denoted by this is the notation, and how to write it as? It is denoted as 1 upon 100. If any number is there 3 and that number is to be converted into the percent, what do we do? Multiply it by 100%. So that you will get the required answer. Similarly, moving for the fourth formula is percentage increase. So there are two formulas related to percentage increase and percentage decrease. In percentage increase, the amount of change, that means percentage increase. Today the percent of if petrol rate is 500 per liter today, then might be tomorrow it will be increases, that is 500 to 600. So that is the amount of change. Okay, so that amount of change is being written over there. That means 600 minus 500 is 100. So 100 upon the original rate of petrol is 500 into 100. मतलब परसेंट इंक्रीज में जो आज का रेट होता है वो इंक्रीज होता है कल के रेट में, ठीक है, उसको माइनस करके अमाउंट ऑफ चेंज निकालते हैं, वहाँ पुट करने के बाद ओरिजिनल अमाउंट इंटू 100 करेंगे. इन द सेम वे परसेंटेज डिक्रीज, जैसे सपोज टुडे इज 500 द रेट ऑफ पेट्रोल इज एंड टुमारो इट विल बी डिक्रीजेस टू 400. सो 500 माइनस 400 that is 100 rupees is left, isn't it? So that is the amount of change you have to put, and the original amount of the petrol we had is today is 500 into 100. While solving that you will get the percent increase and decrease. Okay, so this is the formula for percentage increase and percent decrease. Now moving toward the next formula, that is formula number 6. Here we have to find from 6 to the 13th formula we are going to find about the selling price and the cost price. So what is the selling prices? When SP greater than CP, SP means selling price and CP means cost price. So when selling price is greater than cost price, then profit is equals to selling price minus cost price. When the value of cost price is greater than the selling price, then there will be a loss, that is selling cost price minus selling price. Suppose I am going to purchase 500 rupees book, okay, 500 का मैंने बुक खरीदा. Then I am going to sell it for 600. So how much amount? 100, that is 100 rupees मेरा प्रॉफिट हुआ ना. So that comes when selling price is greater. कब ऐसा प्रॉफिट होता है? जब आपका सेलिंग प्राइस जो है वो कॉस्ट प्राइस से बड़ा होता है. लॉस कब होता है? जब आपने 500 का बुक खरीदा और उसको सेकेंड हैंड में 400 में बुक बेचा, तो आपको लॉस हुआ, वहाँ पर 100 रुपीज़ का लॉस हुआ ना. सो दैट टाइम्स कम्स द when cost price is greater than selling price, that time we are having the loss, that is SP minus CP. Next formula comes about the profit percent. So dear student, what is profit percent is? Profit percent is equals to profit upon CP into 100. What is loss percent is? Loss is equals to loss upon 100 CP into 100. So these are the formulas. Now moving towards the main formulas of the chapter is when in the question when it is asked to find the CP. Okay, in the question when it is asked to find the SP, not CP. No, sorry, not CP. It is when it is asked to find the SP, when profit percent and cost price is given. मतलब क्वेश्चन में सेलिंग प्राइस फाइंड करना है. कब फाइंड करना है? जब आपको प्रॉफिट परसेंट और कॉस्ट प्राइस का वैल्यू दिया रहेगा क्वेश्चन, तो वहाँ पर फॉर्मूला सेलिंग प्राइस का फॉर्मूला होता है 100 प्लस प्रॉफिट परसेंट अपॉन 100 इंटू 100, मतलब जहाँ प्रॉफिट होगा वहाँ एड होगा, जहाँ लॉस हो आएगा क्वेश्चन वहाँ माइनस होगा ना. अगर सेलिंग प्राइस इट इज आस्क्ड टू फाइंड द सेलिंग प्राइस व्हेन लॉस परसेंट एंड सीपी इज गिवन, द फॉर्मूला विल बी गोइंग टू बी चेंज एज सेलिंग प्राइस इज इक्वल टू 100 माइनस लॉस परसेंट अपॉन 100 इंटू सीपी. In the same way, the two conditions for the selling price, okay, in the same way the two conditions for the cost price. To find the cost price when profit percent and SP, here comes SP. SP is given, then the formula for the cost price will be cost price is equals to 100 upon 100 plus profit percent into SP will be there. Next, when CP means finding the cost price when the condition given in the question about the loss and here also SP come, okay. Loss when in the question when it is asked to find the cost price when it is given the loss percent and selling price of some articles, then cost price is equals to 100 upon 100 minus loss percent into SP will be there. So these are the formulas which you have to learn to find out questions, okay. More formulas are there, that is simple interest and amount. Two more formulas are there. Now what is a simple interest? Simple interest formula is principal into, that means in short I am going to write the formula, that is principal is equal to P into R into T upon 100, where everybody know SI means simple interest, P means principal, R means rate, T means time. The amount is equals to interest plus principal. So these are the two more formulas which is going to be very important for you to in order to study. So these are the formulas, students, you have to by heart, okay. Good morning to everyone. Dear student, here we are going to see exercise 8.1, and just beforehand we have seen many formulas related to the chapter. So here we are going to start exercise 8.1, and it's a very simple exercise. Dealing with the exercise 8.1, first question. What is said here? Find the ratio. So dear student, here we are going to find the ratio between rupees 5 to rupees 50. Okay. Since here, as we know that while finding the ratios, the unit of the ratio should be same. मतलब जो न्यूमरेटर डिनोमिनेटर a is to b लिखते हैं ना, इज इक्वल्स टू a अपॉन b, तो जो यूनिट होगा a और b का, न्यूमरेटर और डिनोमिनेटर का, वो यूनिट रेशियो में हमेशा सेम होना चाहिए, तभी वो डिवाइड होगा. सो लुक एट हियर, रुपीज़ 5 and 2 rupees 50. One is rupees, another one is a paise, isn't it? So what we have to do, we have to convert any one of them into the same unit. Since both are having a different unit, the value of a is to b is rupees 5 to paise 50. So we have to convert one of the unit to a same unit. Okay. So here, as we know that 1 rupees is equals to 100 paise. This everybody know that 1 rupees is equals to 100 paise. Therefore, we are going to convert this 5 rupees into paise. So 5 into 100, that will be 500 paise. Now what is the ratio is? A is to B is equals to A upon B. Then A upon B is the numerator and denominator of the same unit, isn't it? So here we are going to write 5 rupees upon 50 paise, where here the units are different. So we had converted this unit to the same unit. So 500 paise upon 50 paise. Here paise will get cancelled. 0 will get cancelled. 5 ones and 5 tens are 50. So what will be the unit we are getting? That is 10 upon 1 is equals to, and what is the ratio we are get over there? That is 10 is to 1. This is the ratio. Now moving towards the B part of the question. What is the B part of the question? 15 kg to 210 gram. Here 15 kg to 210 gram. In this question we know that 1 kg is equals to 1000 gram we are having. How much? 1 kg is equals to 1000 gram. Therefore 15 kg is equals to 15 into 1000 gram will be there. So 15 into 1000 gram, so 15,000 it will be. Now 15 kg upon 210 gram is equals to 15,000 gram upon 210 gram. So here it will be get cancelled. 21 comes in the table of 3 how many times? 7 times, and 50 comes in 15 comes 5, and the second zeros will come there. So what is the answer? That answers in the form of A is to B is 500 upon 7. Okay, 500 upon 7, while 500 is to 7 is the answer. So So the ratio that will be 500:7. Now moving towards the C part of the question, that is 9 meter to 27 centimeter. So as we know that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. So here 9 meter will be multiplied with 100 in order to change its units. So it will become 900 centimeter. Now 9 meter upon 27 centimeter is equals to 900 centimeter upon 27 centimeter. Here the centimeter will get cancelled. Here this will be table of 3 9s and this will be 300. Okay, then again 3 times. Here it will be get cancelled 10. 100. So what is the answer? We will get A is to B, that is 100:3. Clear? Now moving towards the D part of the question. Here what is that? 30 days to 36 hours. So one day is equals to 24 hours we are having, isn't it? So 30 days, in order to convert days into hours, what we are going to do? We are going to multiply this 30 days with 24 hours, as one day is equals to 24 hours, that's why. So total number of days are 30 and one day is equals to 24 hours. So 30 will be multiplied with 24. So in order to convert it to hours, so 720 is the hour. Now 30 days upon 36 hours. So 30 days we had converted to the form of hours. So here hours, 720 hours upon 36 hours will get cancelled. 720 divided by 36. The answer will be 20 upon 1. So that answer in the ratio form is 20:1. So here we had completed the question number 1. Now moving toward the question number 2. What the question number 2 says? In a computer lab, there are 3 computers for every 6 students. In a computer lab means only one computer lab is there, and 3 computers for every 6 students. If total students is 6, then 2 students will going to sit in one computer. Then only 3 computers is available for 6 students. How many computers will be needed for 24 students? So here we have to find how many computers are needed for 24 students. Now look how to solve this question. Now, question number 2. Solution. What we are having? 6 students needed computer is equals to 3. Okay. Therefore, 1 student need computer is equals to 3 upon 6. Why we did 3 upon 6? क्योंकि अगर 6 बच्चों को 3 कंप्यूटर की ज़रूरत है, तो एक बच्चे को कितनी कंप्यूटर की ज़रूरत है? 1 student will require how many computers? So for that 3 will be divided by 6. So here it will be 1 time, here it will be 2 time. Therefore we can say that 1 students need 1/2 computer. Clear? Now number, therefore 24 students need computer is equals to 1 upon 2 into 24. Why we had multiplied 1 upon 2 with 24? देखो, how many students are there? 6 students are there, and that 6 students needed 3 computer. That means 1 computer for 2 students, isn't it? Hence we can easily find 1 student needed how many computer? 1/2 computer needed, because 3 will be getting divided by 6. So it will be 1/2. So 1 student need 1/2 computer. मतलब एक बच्चे को 1/2 हाफ कंप्यूटर की ज़रूरत है. तो 24 बच्चों को कितनी कंप्यूटर्स की ज़रूरत पड़ेगा? For that what we are going to do 1/2 into 24. Isn't it? So here it will be get cancelled as 1 time. Here it will be get cancelled by 12. So here number of computers needed is 12. Thus 24 students needed 12 computers. So here how many computers is needed by 24 students? 12 number of computers are needed for 24 students. Clear everyone? Moving towards the question number 3. So what is question number 3 here? Population of Rajasthan is equals to 570 lakhs and population of UP is equals to 16,060 lakhs. Area of Rajasthan is 3 kilometers. kilometers per kilometer square, while the area of Uttar Pradesh is 2 lakh kilometer square. How many people are there per kilometer square in both the state, and which state is less populated? So here we have to find out the population of Rajasthan is 570 lakh, while population of UP is given as 60 lakhs, isn't it? Now we have to find out per area मतलब 1 किलोमीटर में कितना एरिया पॉपुलेटेड होगा, दैट फर्स्ट वी आर गोइंग टू फाइंड आउट. सो फॉर दैट what we are going to do is here population of Rajasthan. Population of Rajasthan is 570 lakhs. Okay, 570 lakh. Now population of Rajasthan in 1 kilometer square area is equals to how many? 3 area of Rajasthan. Here also it is given area of Rajasthan. Area of Rajasthan is given as 3 lakh kilometer square. This is the area given. Since we want to find out the 1 kilometer area square, so for that what we are going to do? We are going to divide it. So 570 divided by 3. Okay, so here it will be 1 the 5, that means 1 time 227, that means 9 times 0, that means 190 kilometers area is required for Rajasthan. Okay, similarly for UP, okay, area of Uttar Pradesh, how much area of Uttar Pradesh is given? 2 lakh kilometer square. This is the area given, whereas the population of Uttar Pradesh, how much population of Uttar Pradesh is given, student? It is given as 1660 kilometer square lakhs. Now we want to find out the area population of UP in 1 kilometer square area. This equals to 1660 upon 2. So here it will become 830. So what is the area of Uttar Pradesh? That is 830. This is the answer for first A part of the question. Question number 3, A part. Now in the second part it is asked which state is less populated. Now seeing this 190 and 830, which one is less? 190 is less, thus we can say that Rajasthan is less populated area. So here we can say that Rajasthan is less populated area. So here we had completed exercise 8.1. Hope you people understood. In the next video we are going to see the next exercise. So today, dear student, thank you very much.